Yep, typical day in the life of L5P ownership.
Fucking shitty.
Oh, that is...
More and more Americans are walking away from brand new trucks. And once you see what's really happening, you'll understand why. Owners are paying up to $100,000 for these machines, only to watch them break down, leave them stranded, and drain their bank accounts. The truth behind today's new trucks is far worse than most people realize. Stay with us, because what you're about to see is absolutely shocking.
$10,000 miles on her, bro. Fucking shitty. ...2024 with 10,000 miles, and this is what she sounds like.
Is this how my Power Stroke's supposed to sound like?
Yep.
And look, and it's still in drive. It's still in drive. I can't do nothing. Look, it's in drive. I can't do nothing. And you see the RPMs going up? I can't do nothing. And it's in drive.
All right, here we go again, guys. Can't make this up. I'm driving home. I'm going down Pooler Parkway, and this truck just stops working. So I was driving my truck, and the engine light came on, and I just lost all my forward propulsion. That's the same thing that happened before they addressed this recall and rebuilt this engine. And I had to coast into this side road, and when I try to start the truck, nothing's lit up. It's just, I don't know what's happening. Everything only lights up when I press the button again. But if I try to start it, everything shuts off. This is the same thing that was happening before. Same thing it did before. The propulsion just stops. Everything is on the dashboard. All the propulsion, all the forward propulsion of the engine stops. And it comes on the screen saying, start vehicle. So I coast into where I am now. Luckily, I'm like pretty much right around the corner from my house. I'm right over here by Lowe's. That's where I coasted the vehicle and trying to start it, and it's just cycling. And then it speeds up the cycling. But while it's doing that, nothing's on the dashboard. And when I try to stop, when I stop that, then everything comes on the dashboard, but I have no power to move the vehicle. It won't start. So waiting for a tow truck now. We'll see what happens. So guys, this is a $95,000 truck. Am I really gonna feel confident? Because I drive this truck all over the place, right? Am I really gonna feel confident taking this truck anywhere? Last time it broke down, I was in South Carolina. Yeah, no, I was in South Carolina, 3-4 hours away. Now I'm 2 minutes away from my house, but I still have to be inconvenienced. Truck has to be towed, and then it's a waiting process of let's see what's wrong now and how long it's going to take. And I need this truck for what I do, so I'll keep you guys posted. But GMC, Chevrolet, you got to get your shit together.
I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Chevy, do better. This truck has 600 miles on it. Judging by looking underneath here, you would think it has 200,000. Wow. 600 miles on this 2500 ZR2. And half the truck's rusted.
Well, I'm one of them. 2022 GMC AT4X, the baddest truck that GMC is supposed to make. It burns 3.5 quarts of oil in between oil changes. Also, had a recall on the grill.
Mine flew off in Kansas during turkey season. I mean, I've been a GM guy for a long time. I've got a 2006 Chevy, 3/4 ton Duramax, got 267,000 on it. I drive it across the country today. Brand new GMC Acadia sitting there. This is my wife's. But then tonight, I'm driving out the road. I'll show you a picture of my truck. 42,000 miles. Look at that. But this, I don't know. What are you doing, GMC? What are you guys building us now? Like, for the first time in a long time, I've thought about switching. I don't know.
Going out here to start my truck. Hit the unlock button 2 times. Unlock the doors. Open the doors up. Running boards don't work. Nothing on the dash is coming on. Go ahead and climb in. Put my foot on the brake. Hit the button once. Things come on. My backup camera comes on. None of this lights up. Hit and hold the start button. Absolutely nothing works. Nothing works. Turn it off. Get out. Lock the doors. Try the remote start. Doesn't work either.
$92,000. For this? At these prices, you'd expect perfection, not missing features and questionable quality. The real question is, who do these automakers think they're selling to? More and more buyers are refusing to play the game, and the cracks in the truck market are finally starting to show.
You can very slightly hear it knocking. Just at the bottom end. I wish I had a better microphone to put all the way in there. But when I say you need to run from the 6.2 liter, I tell you, you need to run. I am a huge GM fan. I've already owned 3 new Silverados on this platform generation of GM products, but I cannot recommend these things to anyone. 12,000 miles, and look at the plastic already. It's that scuffed up just getting in and out of the car. I get it, like you could say that's the owner's fault for scuffing the car and stuff like that, but it's all these the cheap carpet. I mean, look at this. Like, it's literally like, this is what used to line the bottom of trunks. This is now the carpet throughout your whole car, and this is in a $100,000 Cadillac. I guess the only good news is if you can afford one of these, I guess you can afford to be without a car for a little bit once the engine dies. But if it's not the 6.2 blowing up, it's not the 5.3 dropping lift, it's not the 2.7 having total engine catastrophic engine failure, and it's not the diesel blowing up on itself too. What engine does GM make that's worth anything anymore? You literally have to go to a 2500 and get the 6.6, and I still feel like you're playing there.
On my tailgate, no matter what I do, this thing is closed. Keep pressing it. On here it won't open. Over here, that won't open it. Nothing opens it. Whenever it rains outside and truck gets wet, that's what happens. And the light starts flashing. I'm trying to get some stuff in the back of here, and this is ruining my day here. What a piece of shit truck.
Absolutely pathetic what you pay for these vehicles, and then you get this doesn't work. Brand new truck, you have some weird sound coming from the radio, blinker, can't even hear it. Just pathetic what you pay for these trucks, and then have to deal with issues like this with a brand new truck. Come on, GMC, do better.
Now I've got a bigger problem. It won't even shift.
Automotive just cooked the old L5P. As you can hear, this unit is just dinging away in the background, and we got a low fuel pressure or low oil pressure light and no oil pressure to go with it. So we are going to pull over and assess the damages. Oh shit. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even surprised. That is... that is not good. Oh my gosh, we're leaking so much fluid. Everything, something quite literally exploded. Oh, this is so not good. Maybe we'll pop the hood. It's smoking bad. Oh, brother. Yep, typical day in the life of L5P ownership. Ask me about my mental state.
Man, since when are trucks $100 and some $1,000? $104,000 MSRP for that thing. I got it for like 12 grand off because dealerships are desperate to sell shit right now. But $100,000 for a truck. That is absolutely insane. And I'm going to get rid of this truck. I'm done with it. I don't want new trucks anymore. I'm going to buy used stuff. It's already lost its value. There's no benefit to this. No benefit whatsoever. And by buying these things, all you're doing is feeding into the bullshit that these car manufacturers, these car dealerships are trying to pull to just take money out of your pocket, drive you further in debt, and absolutely cripple you as a person financially. Like, nobody can buy nor should they, even if they can, buy a $100,000 truck, and I absolutely regret it, and I'm getting rid of it. I'm done with it. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
I'm returning this truck. I don't like it anymore. The fuel consumption and the price of gas. Why didn't you guys tell me that it was going to be so expensive to operate? I am not happy. I'm bringing back the vehicle.
You bought the F-250?
Yes, that's the one.
The diesel, right?
The beast.
Yes.
I need to return it, refund it, trade it in, something.
Unfortunately, you can't just return vehicles. There's no cooling off period, or at least there's not in Georgia, especially that it's been almost 4 months ago. I'm sorry that you don't like the vehicle, but when I was talking to the salesperson the day you bought it, he said that you were through the roof with happiness.
I am not happy. I'm bringing back the vehicle, dropping it off in the lot, and be done with it.
I'm really sorry to hear that you're upset with it. Gas prices are high right now, man. They are so high, but we didn't know that they were going to go up to $5 plus a gallon.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying that with y'all's experience in selling vehicles, that could have been brought up to my attention.
So you're saying that we shouldn't have sold you this truck?
All I'm bringing to your attention is that the salesman did not bring up that point for me to take in consideration.
Right, but it is a F-250 diesel. Big trucks take a lot of fuel.
Regardless of all that, I still don't want it, and I'm dropping it off.
I would highly discourage you from doing that. You have a great interest rate, which means that you have great credit. We don't own that vehicle anymore. Your bank does. So if you drop that vehicle back off at this lot, it's going to just sit here until that bank comes and picks that up due to a repossession. And that repossession is going to go on your credit. And if you get a repo on your credit, this is one of the hardest things to get off of there. You're usually on there for somewhere up to 7 years. If this was me, I would never do that. I just don't think that that's the right play here because you are going to decimate your credit.
What do you recommend in my situation?
If it was me, I'd keep it for 2 years. Keep paying down on it. Any extra money that you can throw towards the principal balance of the loan, I would do that. That will give you the ability to help you trade it in sooner. If you tried to trade it in right now, I think that you'd be really, really upset because you're going to have some negative equity there due to depreciation.
Okay, I will take that in consideration and move forward.
Okay. Again, I'm so sorry that you're not loving the vehicle, but if there's anything I can do for you in the future, you do not hesitate to call me.
I understand.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
The dealership called it normal. But how is an engine that burns oil between every oil change considered normal? When the dipstick is already dry thousands of miles before the next service, something is seriously wrong. For a premium truck, that's not reliability, it's a warning sign.
8 years ago for $40,000. You tell me, what the fuck is $100,000 on a truck? It's gonna be scrap metal in 20 years. It's not a fucking house. This whole place is getting ridiculous, out of hand. Can't fucking stand it anymore.
You want to know how expensive new Fords are? This is a Lariat F350. Yes, it is a dually. It's a Lariat. It is still $92,000. Holy moly. And then wonder why these things are not selling. They're just sitting here. Look at that, just collecting dust. Wow, it doesn't even give you bed liner for $92,000. So you still have to bed line the bed. $89,000. It's not a dual. It's still an F350 Lariat. This is funny as can be. No fender liner at all. Also, no bed liner. $90,000, and you're missing like little features should make it a $90,000 truck. You're now at the point where I think you're better off buying a used truck and just fixing it. Go buy a 2002 7.3 Power Stroke and you can restore it. Now you have $90,000 to play with, because that's how much a new truck is going to cost you to get into. And guess what? This isn't going to be as reliable as a 7.3. That's just wicked. And you're just not even getting the little features that you should get, like the little luxury features that it should cost to make it almost $100,000.
$92,000 for this? Well, that's really strange. Who do they think we are?
All right, guys, so this fella here fell for what we essentially were talking about buying that $100,000 truck because they make it affordable. Now, I asked him what his payments were, and he told me they were $1,362 a month. Now, he's got this big fancy $100,000 truck. Now, you can obviously see in his comment that it's regretted. Now, it's an 8-year loan, and he pays $1,362 a month. If you take $1,362 a month and do that for 8 years into the S&P 500, where it grows 10.8%, that's what it's been kind of on average since its inception. Now, keep in mind, the last 8 years, it would have been way bigger. It probably would have been 15%. But that money would be worth $202,000 8 years from the date. A $100,000 truck, 8 years old, with 250, 300,000 K on it maybe, is probably worth $25,000. That is a difference of $177,000. This is what I'm talking about, people. When it comes to financing these vehicles, you can have the fancy truck and pay for it over 8 years, and at the end of the day, it's worth 1/4 of what you paid for it, and realistically, that's what the sticker paid for it. By the time you get to the interest, it's probably worth 1/6 of what you ended up paying for that truck. And what you would have had if you committed to investing that money is $202,000. So now we're at like 1/8 of the value that it could have been by buying that truck to look fancy. Now, this fella obviously is learning the lesson the hard way, but it's a lesson that sometimes when we learn these lessons the hard way, we never make those mistakes again. Don't make this mistake. Don't do this. Do the investing.
Dad, what's wrong with your truck? Okay, so show me. No, oh. Oh, Dad. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, look at this beautiful 2024 GMC Denali, and you know what we're having to do? We're having to put oil in it between oil changes. It doesn't even register right now. We're only about 5,000 miles into an oil change. Now, these modern engines supposedly go 7,500, 8,000 miles between oil changes. The computer says she's got about 31% oil life remaining, but in reality, there is no oil on this dipstick, and the oil light is on, and I've got to add oil in between oil changes. I will never buy another GMC. What's even more fun is the general manager at Hayward Allen GMC in Athens, Georgia. I won't mention his name. You can look him up. He's telling me this is normal. They just burn oil, a half a quart every 1,000 miles. Now, if these things are supposed to last 7,500 to 8,000 miles between oil changes, that math ain't mathin'. And right now there is no oil on that dipstick, so I'm gonna have to add a quart in between oil changes. Ridiculous.
One thing you can't call him though is a liar, because he ain't lying.
How in the hell are y'all buying these new trucks? We went shopping the other weekend and the salesman tried to open this door and I caught a glimpse of the sticker. I said, what the fuck does that say? I slammed the door back shut, $92,000. I said, what in the hell? He said, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for wherever the hell it is you lost your damn mind. I'm leaving. I drive a 2011. It's got AC and shit. It leaks some oil, but all good trucks do. He said, were you wanting to trade that truck in? I said, I bet you like that. Hell no. I said, me and paid for are going to keep on keeping on, big dog. Because that can never be me, $100,000 truck. What the hell are y'all doing?
My 2026 F450 I just bought is unfortunately turning out to be a straight up lemon. Now, it started off when I just barely bought it. The TPMS light turned on, not a huge deal. Then the headlights started leaking, the fog lights started leaking, both the mirror lights started leaking. Now, these are vented headlights from Ford, but they're not supposed to leak water into them. After that, shortly after, about 1,500 miles in, the Apple CarPlay stopped working, cannot get it to work. There is constantly lights on the dash, like the pre-collision assist, the like hill descent stuff. There's like 3 lights on the dash of just random lights that pop on and stay on. Heads-up display in this thing works about 50% of the time, which just really sucks because it is a super nice truck, but just at the end of the day, it turned out to be complete lemon. And to top it all off, I think the transmission is going out. Whenever I shift this thing from 3rd to 4th gear, or whenever it shifts itself from 3rd to 4th gear, it almost seems like it flare shifts, which leads me to believe the trans is unfortunately, I think, going out. But if you want to see everything wrong with this truck and just us going through the whole entire thing and what we're going to do about it or possibly replace it with, the new YouTube video is live. Go check it out on my YouTube channel. And yeah, it's sad.
My truck might look really nice and expensive, but I'm here to tell you it's the biggest piece of shit I've ever owned in my life. And also the most expensive, funny enough. It's just a warning to all those women and men that want to buy like the Denali's and the Suburbans and everything else. They have the same transmission as my truck. This is a 2019 GMC Sierra Texas Edition. Transmission went out at 80,000 miles. Hey, was past my warranty, so that's cool. Fast forward, we're now at 91,000 miles and it's going out again. It means in the last 6 months, by the time I go take it to the shop to get like diagnosed and have to go through the whole process of getting a new transmission again, I will have replaced the transmission twice. Explain this to me, GMC. How are you going to charge people this much money and you have not done anything to your powertrain in years? And statistically, people are going through transmissions left and right. Want to talk about a money racket? That. In these bougie ass vehicles that are super nice on the inside, but their drivetrain is shit. And also, funny enough, it's actually worth less than what I owe on it, so I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck with this thing. She's pretty. Runs like shit, though.